So it only makes sense. It's gonna find the family's gonna, their adventure.
What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica. It's Thursday, honey, and I'm just listening to this radio host talk about they're turning Baby Shark into a series, which, based on its popularity, duh. But I was just thinking, I am so glad I have no concept of that song. Like, I've seen it in clips with the little babies dancing, but I have not tried. I don't want to listen to it. I don't care, and I'm glad I don't know nothing about it. I'm so glad I don't know nothing about it. So glad I don't have, I don't know nothing about it. Just straight like that. What's going on today? Nothing to talk about. Nothing at all. So we're just gonna be sitting here. I don't know if I'll post this video, as I really don't have anything to talk about. I have another theory though. And I have a theory about Game of Thrones, and I shared it last night on what is it called? Twitter. And I shared it on YouTube, but I deleted it because I was like, I don't want somebody that does not is gonna ruin it in the comments. Okay, so don't ruin it for me. Don't spoil it for me. I could be completely off base, but I believe that now Jon Snow, I believe that him and Sansa have met up, and Sansa's telling him, we got to take our home back from these people, these monsters, the Boltons. And everybody knows that Ramsay killed his father. That's the crazy part. He needs to be, his head, they need to flay his face off. But Ramsay, here's my theory. She saw Jon, and Jon died. He's come back to life and everything. It's the hero's journey, and I believe that Jon Snow is the rightful person to sit in the Iron Throne, on the Iron Throne. Why do I think that? Because it's the hero's journey. He is somebody who is on this journey, not really knowing who he is, understanding who he is, has a divine call to service, denies the call, has a divine intervention, dies, and has some type of rebirth. Dany is going through it too, but she hasn't died. Going into fire and coming out of fire is like a rebirth. But this boy died. And he keeps denying his call. He keeps denying it. I'm done. Dany is I'm going what's mine. And being that Jon is a bastard, considered a bastard, he doesn't really think that he could possibly be the rightful thing, so he keeps denying his role, his call to service. He keeps denying it. Every time he denies it, every time. It's a lot of traffic. What's going on? Anyways, that's my theory. Tyrion has made a deal with the people, the Harpy people, Sons of Harpy, funders, what do you call it, supporter leadership, and excuse me, and what was I saying? Oh yeah, so Tyrion made a deal with the people to say end slavery in 7 years. Now, he's right. There's those things like war, like he said, like war and slavery. You just can't stop it because it's a system in place. You can't stop it, otherwise it'll be a disaster. It will be a disaster. You have to have a plan in place and what you're going to do with these people and how, that was with slavery. in the United States, like, okay, it's just over. Well, no, let's put other systems in place to keep these people enslaved. But there's never been a real exit. There's never been a slavery exit strategy because it still exists in the prison system, within the prison system. So 7 years, he said, for them to end. They were not happy, the actual, Danny's people. Danny burned down, came out of the fire again. I was like, girl, she really, honey, they bowed to her so fast. She had under pressure. It's funny because I think one of the writers says it, like, she has all of this strength when she has to work alone, but when she's like, for survival, she has a lot of strength for survival, but like when she's actually ruling, she needs help. She's not confident in herself. And even though she keeps saying she's the rightful person, I just think it's Jon Snow. Just because he just keeps denying his call. He just keeps denying it. Every time he accepts the call, because it keeps happening. Usually in a hero's journey, it's just happened once. But for him, it keeps happening. And he keeps denying the call and then going to fight and actually being triumphant. So that's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. Anyways, anything else I want to talk about? I didn't watch anything. I've been watching Game of Thrones. That's it. And we're at 6 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm probably not going to post a video today because I really don't have anything to talk about. Oh, my theory. I have another theory on love languages. I was like, it clicked for me, and probably because I'm doing my inner child work and shadow work. Saying that love languages seem to me like these are unhealed aspects from your childhood that you didn't get, and so it's translated into a love language because now you want that from another adult. Tell me if I'm, I was talking to Craig about it, and he was like, yeah, I can see that being it, because, and he like named off his love languages, and I'm like, yeah, I think so, because like one of my main things is like words of affirmation. It's like a high on the list, and then quality time. And it's like, it's funny, you think about your childhood, and you think about the things that your parents did for you, and then, but you think about the absence of the things that you feel a child needs. And that's validation. Whether you like it or not, I've heard people say that their parents never complimented them, never told them that they were great, never told them that they did well with something, very highly critical. Words of affirmation is their love language. They want somebody to tell them, they see them, you did good, that was great, encouraging, stuff like that. So that's my theory on love languages. I believe, again, that love languages are aspects of yourself from unhealed childhood wounds from your childhood. Unhealed wounds from your childhood. As I'm learning, I'll get the language. I'm learning, right? So as I'm learning, I'm sharing with you guys. So I'm still learning. And it's funny because somebody said in a tweet yesterday, it's not funny, but when I say it's funny, I'm thinking like it because things that like come full circle so fast. But yesterday, somebody said a tweet that said, why go to therapy when there's bottomless mimosas? And then it's a joke, clearly, but then somebody, of course, took it seriously and like was like, and said, if you could spend money on mimosas, you could afford therapy. Well, bruh, that's not true. Therapy sessions run $95 to $150 an hour, depending on your therapist. And everybody can't afford therapy because it's not covered by your insurance. Not a lot of therapists do not take private insurance. So if you're fortunate enough to have like a flexible spending account through your job, and you fund that, and then you use that for your therapy sessions, but therapy sessions are not cheap. Bottomless mimosas for brunch, that's cheap. If I go 4 times to brunch, what am I spending? Let's just give you $40 to $50 for brunch every Sunday. That's $200. If I go to 4 therapy sessions, that's $400. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a joke, but don't tell somebody you would be able to afford therapy if you didn't go to brunches every Sunday. Like, don't say that, because and for some people, that's part of their self-care. Not per se drinking mimosas, but going out and having brunch and being around people that they have a good time with and the energy is right within the space. So, I don't think that people should tell people you would be able to afford something if you stop doing this. You don't know what people's doing. You don't know that. You just don't know. So I'm like, bottomless mimosas, yeah, it is cheaper than therapy. Now it's a joke, because it's, the joke is we can't afford therapy, so we use other ways to cope, right? Oh, Yana was on the Breakfast Club. If y'all didn't see it, go watch it. It was really, really good. I don't think, was Envy there? I don't think Envy was there. But it was Charlemagne and Angela Yee. They did very well with her. And Ja Rule and Irv Gotti were on there too, but Charlemagne wasn't there, and it was Envy and Angela Yee. And I tell you, the other day I was talking about, kind of criticizing, like, Envy doesn't really ask questions and Angela barely speaks. Angela, actually, I had to give it to her, because when Dr. Jess was on there, the psychologist, and the audience members were asking questions, Angela had some really good advice for people. And I guess dealing with, in radio and in entertainment, whatever, you see all kinds of things or whatever, but she really gave some good advice. And I was like, okay, Angela Yee, that might be that's your lane. You know what I mean? Giving advice. She gave some good advice to some people, but she was giving better advice than the damn psychologist, in my opinion. Even the psychologist was looking like, okay, girl, I was here to answer questions, not you, bitch. I think even at one point, Charlemagne was like, she's here to answer the questions, Angela, not you. And she's like, well, I can't help it. Angela's a Capricorn, and Boy is a Cancer, Charlemagne is a Cancer, and Envy is a Virgo. That's why it works for them. But I don't know. Let me shut up about Virgos, because I was about to say, I just can't stand a Virgo who doesn't speak well. Like, I don't think, not speak well. Look, and I'm doing it as I talk. Articulate themselves well, or find the right words, in an interview. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Envy says some weird things, but male Virgos are weird. They're a little off anyways. Not off, but, very, I don't know. Let me shut up. Shit, I'm high. I don't know. Let me shut the hell up. The edible done kicked in, honey. Let me tell you what I got. I got some, I wanted, I don't know. Anyways, Iyanla on the Breakfast Club. It was really good. She talked about energy work. She really said something, and I guess D.L. Hughley said it, and she was quoting D.L. Hughley saying that Barack Obama is the country that, like, under his leadership is the country that we aspire to be, and Donald Trump is who we are. And I've said so many times that Donald Trump is the epitome of what America embodies. Like, he is actually the baby. Like, if America were to spread its legs, the United States, if the United States were to spread its legs and have a baby, out would come Donald Junkyard Trump. That's who would come out. He epitomizes. So when people say that's not the America that I know, he is actually the America that, like, it's almost as though, like, okay, so Donald Trump was like, I think a lot of people all of us underestimated him you know, saying that, you know, he's not going to be president. Come on, you know, he doesn't have any experience, da da da. But it's the theory of white male privilege in the United States being this mediocre representation of a human being and being able to step into what is considered the highest position in this land. And you gave it to somebody that was unqualified, that does not have experience, but he's white and he's a male. That's enough. Now he's in there. You're acting like, oh my God, how did he get in there? Well, you have this electoral college that should have been abolished or eliminated long ago, because it's not true. They're not true numbers in order to determine a president, because if you're really saying that the people are the determiners or the deciders of the next leadership, then it should actually be under the popular vote. But still, you have a system in place that you continue to use that doesn't work. It's flawed in so many ways. And now he's in here, he's racist, he's homophobic, he's xenophobic, he's sexist, he is every single thing. When I think of America, which is why I won't raise a flag, is because that he is exactly what America is. Exactly what America is. So when you hear anybody say, this is not the America I know, what America do you know? Because it ain't been sweet, never. Never. For anybody. Because if it was pockets and areas where it was just black people, segregated, thriving, would have been left alone. See, if we're thriving and building, they want to tear it down because the system, their system doesn't work without us. They need us for the system of racism to work. And then it works in everybody else's favor, like the Asian woman calling these black men monkeys. Like, even people of color, they have an advantage if they maintain white or uphold white ideologies. And part of that white ideology is on a social hierarchy, keeping black people at the bottom. That's a benefit for everybody. I watched something yesterday, some girl talking in her car, and she was saying that, you know, talking about the civil rights movement. I don't know, have you guys seen that clip running around? Talking about the civil rights movement and how the civil rights movement was for everybody. You know, a lot of people just correlated with black folks, but civil rights is for civilians, all people. And we fought so hard, our ancestors fought so hard, that it benefits other people of color, but those other people of color just step right over us like whatever. And it's crazy because I have done it. Like, I include black and brown people, and that's probably because where I was raised in a predominantly Latino area. So maybe, I don't know, but I know that a lot of the times we include black and brown, and I know that black and brown relations are strained, but that's because of the prison system. The prison system created that strain between brown people and black people because, you know, I don't know. But Iyanla was talking about a lot of different things, and I think I do want to talk about it. We could talk about it. I don't know how I cut myself. It's like a thin little paper cut. I don't know how it happened, but I think that's all I'm going to talk about today. I don't know if I'm going to edit this video and post it. My finger hurts. But yeah, that's my theory about Game of Thrones. Don't spoil it. I'm on season 6, episode 5. And Bran has become the third eye crow, the crow with 3 eyes or whatever. he has a gift, something special about these star kids. If I don't know if we're not, I mean, I don't know if I'm on base with it or whatever, but there's something special about all of them. And like Sansa is Princess Leia, you know what I'm saying? And he is Luke Skywalker. And you have this thing with your father, you know what I'm saying? It's the hero's journey. It's so fucking Star Wars, dude. It is fucking Star Wars, okay? And fucking Bran is Yoda. Get into it. But yeah, that's my theory. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. That's what it is. Anyways, okay, so I'm gonna stop now because I'm done talking. I'm hungry. I'm about to go get me something to eat. I'm gonna go get me a spinach and feta tomato croissant from Specialties. Do y'all have Specialties where y'all are? Specialties is like a salad shop. Salads, oh my God, so good. Sandwiches are so good. Pastries are so, they're called Specialties. Do y'all have them where y'all at? What y'all talking about? Oh, I have merchandise, y'all. I gotta put it back up. It was only up for a month. So let me see this woman. Where are you going, girl? We all in traffic. Where are you going? Where are you going, girl? We are in traffic, boo. There's so much traffic over there. Oh, God. Anyways. I'm nosy. I need to see what's going on in this car over here. Yeah, let me get from behind this oversized truck. But yeah. What else about Game of Thrones? I think that's it about Game of Thrones. Going to Specialties though. I know. Oh, bless you, girl. I know that much. I said bless you. Did she see me tell her bless you? She sneezed. She sneezed. I said bless you. Bless you, child. What's on the radio?
That's the worst that can happen. Right?
Let's see.
You active. You know what I'm saying? You.
No, this is my shit. I'll put that on the jam. But yeah, that's it. Oh, Wiz Khalifa was on Joe Rogan. That seemed real forced. I didn't like it. I don't think he has anything in common with Joe Rogan. I don't think that they can talk about anything. I don't know. I would rather, I don't know. They talked a lot about his fighting. He's into martial arts now, which his body is looking great. Wiz Khalifa looks amazing. His skin looks amazing. He looks amazing. I was like, look at Wiz Khalifa. Girl, go. I cannot stand a person who doesn't know how to merge and speed up. Yeah, I just didn't like the interview with Joe Rogan. I don't know. I didn't like it. It seemed very forced. Like they couldn't find things. I don't even think I finished it. I think I got to like maybe 30 minutes left. I don't know. And then I saw something that I like, Joe Rogan, these theories that Wiz was coming up with, and Joe Rogan was like, no, I don't know if I agree with that. But then he was talking to somebody else about something similar and was like, yeah, I can see that. I can see them making things and like making products that are not, that exist, products that exist but are not given to the public because the public may not be ready for it, or somebody may have died while they were testing it. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, I don't like, and he was talking about phones and how the things that you could do with phones, and this kind of laser pointer that you can be outside of someone's house, and the frequencies you can, based on the frequencies, you can actually make out the voices on this device. And Joe, like Wiz was kind of telling Joe, like, I think they have things that are, you can probably get closer than that. I think that they have batteries that charge in like 5 minutes. fully charge in 5 minutes. Like, you have to have those things, especially like in the military. That's what he kind of was giving an example. You have to have those things. And Joe was like, nah, man, I don't think they do that. Shut up, Joe. And then he was talking with somebody else and was like, yeah, I could see them not putting stuff out, having stuff, and then not putting it out for the public yet. I was like, that's what Wiz was talking about the other day. What are you talking about? I be yelling at Joe. Sometimes I agree with him when he's talking about like weed and psychedelics and stuff like that. I agree with a lot of Joe, but like, Joe is a white man, and he is a white man. He always said, I've heard him say several times that I don't know if y'all know this. I don't know if y'all watch Joe, but a lot of the first time I mentioned Joe on here, that I watched Joe, a lot of y'all was saying, you know, I don't like Joe because of da-da-da-da. And one of the things someone said was they didn't like Joe because he didn't claim his daughter. But let me tell you something. I've watched Joe, and I hear him saying now that he has a 22-year-old daughter. You don't have a 22-year-old daughter. Like, I've heard him say it in like the past few months so many times, and I'm like, did he hear the people saying like, you don't claim your other daughter? What's up? You've raised her since she was a little girl. She's black. You know, that's Dino's daughter from isn't that crazy? It's Dino's daughter from H-Town who died. He's married to Dino's baby's mom. But she has a daughter, beautiful girl. But a lot of people, when I first mentioned Joe, was like, Joe doesn't talk about his daughter. He has a black daughter that he raised, and he don't talk about her, da da da. Lately, I have been hearing Joe say, I have a 22-year-old daughter. I have a 22-year-old daughter. I have a 22-year-old daughter. He doesn't say from another marriage. He doesn't say she had her in another relationship. He just says, I have a 22-year-old daughter. I don't know. Maybe she's becoming more visual. People know. Maybe because we're talking about her or him, that people are like, yeah, you know, because I didn't even know that he had a baby. I'm like, how random is that? How random for Joe to be married to Dino's baby's mom. Like, that's crazy. That's just random and weird. Like, of all people, I've never seen the woman. I do not assume that Joe is married to a black woman, so she had to be a white woman that Dino was sleeping with down there in Houston. But I don't know. I think she's some kind of, she got money. Oh, and Samuel, when he went home, Sam got money. I was like, oh, he got money. He got money. He got money. His father is an asshole, calling him soft and fat, telling him he didn't need to eat the bread. I'm glad the mother wasn't passive. Like, she got up from the table and was like, he dishonors us. And she said, you dishonor yourself. I was like, yes, tell him, lady. He's so damn rude. He's brought a guest. Yes, she is a wildling, but that's his baby mama. Sam has taken on another man's child. Who? It was her father, huh? She was. It's a woman walking down the street. She must be on the phone. Anyways, I'm done talking, y'all. Okay, I know I be ending so abrupt. That's what happens when you have what I call ADD conversation. You just go from one subject to one subject, and then it's just abruptly over. That's just what it is. I'm done talking. I'm about to pull up and grab myself something to eat and then go to work and edit this video. I don't know if I'm gonna upload it. Maybe I will. Oh, I meant to show y'all my edibles, but I don't think I brought them. I can't find them. It kicked in. It was only 9.2 milligrams. It kicked in like, I say like in an hour. I'm nosy. Looking niggas in the face. Okay, bye y'all. I gotta go. Peace. Take care of each other.